This is Classic FM.
Well, I'm delighted to be standing on the stage of the Globe Theatre in London with Alison Balsom, who's just given us a wonderful, a little taste of what her production here is going to entail later on this year. Alison, just tell us about Gabriel. Where did it start?
Well, it started with a recording I made of some music by Purcell and Handel, and it was really important to me that I played on this trumpet, which is a natural trumpet, very different from the modern piccolo trumpet, but very beautiful, the sound very authentic, very much like the human voice. And then I started to think, where would be the perfect live venue? And of course, this place, Shakespeare's Globe, came to mind immediately, and I thought, I just don't know if it's even possible. But I approached the artistic director and I said, look, I really think this music can work, and I think the trumpet can work in this building because it's all wood, and the trumpet sounds so great in a wooden structure. And I told him all about my ideas and, you know, whether we could put on maybe a concert kind of thing. And then he said, actually, let's make a play, let's do 20. And so we were in business. So for the last year and a half, I've been desperately fundraising, creating, sitting down with the playwright, with all sorts of people, just to try and make it a reality. And so we're here today and it's real.
And with regards to writing the text part of this performance, obviously you had the music to work with. How have you collaborated in that sense to make sure they complement each other?
Well, I've had a lot of meetings with the playwright Samuel Adamson, who's an incredibly talented, experienced playwright, and just talked so much about the essence of what I feel the trumpet can do, what the music of the time can convey. We just talked everything through in every direction we could go. You know, obviously sometimes we could go quite historical because a lot of the trumpet music that was written for, you know, a wedding, a funeral, something that actually happened in history, or some of it's just much more intimate and romantic and kind of abstract. And there's going to be sort of several sketches and, you know, mini plays within the play, which are going to be able to really demonstrate the true capabilities of this wonderful instrument of the golden age in the Baroque period.
And so the story is about the instrument rather than people.
Yeah, pretty much. It's going to be about this, because if you think about it, at the time, the trumpet was an incredibly powerful piece of equipment, if you like. Nothing, if you think of a group of trumpet players, there was nothing that could create a sound that powerful and that terrifying. And yet, it's also capable of this kind of pairing with the human voice, almost conversational sound. And it seems like the natural thing to do. It is the main character because it does have, you know, more than just one dimension. And of course, some very larger than life characters will come into the play in the form of some of the company of actors. You know, it's going to be amazing working with the Globe's acting company. But yeah, it's all going to be about music for a change.
And as a musician coming in and taking on a theatre project, what challenges has that posed to you so far?
Well, for me, it's been great because I know that the material I know and recorded is unquestionably brilliant. You know, Purcell and Handel, no one's going to say they're not brilliant. It's just how you portray their music and what you choose, what you leave out. And also music that you have to create to join scenes or background music or various things which we will actually compose, especially for this. I've just had to hold my ground about why I'm doing it in the first place, because of course it's so complicated. It's easy to lose track and go in someone else's direction because they have a different set of priorities. So I've just been kind of like, no, it's about the music, it's about Purcell, it's about the trumpet. So it's pretty easy. It's been quite straightforward in a way.
And this isn't the first time that you've trod the boards here. I mean, I've just had the most extraordinary reaction to being privileged enough to stand on this stage. How will it compare to other concert halls, major concert halls that you've performed in?
I know, it's quite extraordinary. I mean, last time I was here, before, you know, doing lots of things for Gabriel, you know, I was watching Mark Rylance in Twelfth Night, and that's intimidating, you know, because really the best actors in the world have performed on the stage. But then if you think about the concert halls have the same. You know, there's so many musicians that have stood in the same place that I stand when I do a concert, and you have to not think about that because it will really intimidate you too much. You just have to think about the music.